So in this video we will try to create these two triangles. uh, One is of a different color and one is of a different color. So we will try to do that with the help of the clipPath and a custom clipper. So we will start by creating a file called as triangles and .dart. So triangles, okay, and here we will provide body, and in center we can leave a child. So let's leave it for now. What we can do is first we will try to see what we are trying to achieve. Here we are trying to achieve two triangles of a separate color. Means these are two separate uh, widgets, but we are showing them as one. So for that we can use container of a fixed height, and over it we can try to provide clippers. So I will show you like what we have to do. So in Flutter, if we are given a rectangle or a container with fixed width and fixed height, then we can draw it something like this. We will try to do that here. Row children, and we will provide it a container of height 100 and width 100, and we will also provide the color to it, deep purple. Okay, and we will copy paste this thing and we will replace it with deep orange. So we have to change the home page. We can replace it with the help of triangles, and here we go. So first we have to let's provide it a container and main axis alignment dot center and cross axis alignment dot center. We will wrap it with center and it will be centered. Okay, we will remove this, and you can see that both these containers are now in the center. What we have to do is we have to remove this part uh, and keep this part here. So we have to keep this part as a triangle. So we have to cut a triangle out of this square. So for that we have to see like how we are going to create the path for it. So in Flutter, the x and y axis are something like this. So they are flipped from the axis. So x is on the top side and y is like that. So we will initially we will get our pointer at the 0 0. X is going to be 0 and y is going to be 0. So the pointer is going to be at the top left corner. So from that we can move it to the last. If we are going to create a triangle like that, like this, then what we have to do is that we need to move it here. Okay, so we need to move it here and here. So this is where we have to move it, and this is how our triangle going to look like. Okay, so once our pointer is moved at the point where the x is equal to width and the y is equal to 0, then we are going to move it down to the bottom left corner, which is going to be 0 and h. Means the x-axis is going to be, x value is going to be 0 and the value of y is going to be h. Then what we are going to do is we are going to move it at the bottom right corner, and here what we can do is that here the value of x and y are going to be uh, width and height respectively. Then we are going to call the close function, path.close function, which is going to automatically take the pointer to the position from where we have started drawing. So once that thing is done, our triangle will be ready. So now let's see how we can code it. So let's say we can start by creating a enum side which will represent which side of the triangle are we talking about. Is it left or is it right? So left, right. Okay, there is no need to create a enum. We can also provide conditions in our code, but let's create them for now. So we can start by creating a class triangle clipper, which will extend custom clipper, and here we have to create two missing overrides. The first one is size and the second one is should reclip. So we can provide true here. So this means that if the old clipper is not same as, it is going to check whether it should reclip or not. So in every case it is going to give us the true value here. So we can try start by creating a path here, and what this path will do is that it will create start from here. The path have the coordinates of 0 and 0 initially. So from here at last we have to return the path here, and in between this we have to modify the path according to the shape that we want. Okay, so now our pointer is at here, is at 0 0. We have to take it to this point here, which is the axis. We have to take it to the point where x is 0. No, the x is equal to width of the container and y is 0. So for that what we can do is that we can use path.line to function. This is an inbuilt function and we can pass the values here. So we get access to the size here of the container or the widget to which it is going to get applied. So if we are wrapping a container with a triangle clipper, a custom clipper, then we are automatically going to get its size here. Okay, and next we have to provide 0. Then we have to take our path point to here, to the bottom left corner, and here our x is going to be the x is going to be 0, right? The x is 0 here, and the y is going to be the height of container. So we can provide size.height here and 0 here. Okay, then what we can do, now our line is drawn from here to here. So now what we can do is that create another line which will take us to the bottom right corner. So there the coordinates are going to be, x will be width of container and y will be height of the container. So now we will try to provide the size.width and size.height. Now we have drawn a triangle here, but in order to create the whole shape we have to close it, right? We will have to close it we have to take the pointer to the initial point where we started from. So to do that we have an inbuilt function called close, and this will close the path to the point from where we started. Now let's try to clip it with to use this custom clipper we have to wrap the container to which we want to provide this shape with clipPath widget, and there we have to provide a property clipper which takes a custom clipper type, and as we know that our triangle clipper is a clipper type. What we are missing here, let's see. Okay, so we have to provide the type also here because it was of null type, so we could not pass it. Now we can pass it. Let's try to see. I think we have created a mess here. This is not what we wanted, right? See that our container is not looking like a triangle in a way that we wanted, so we have done a mistake here. We can see it here. So we started from this point, took it to this point, then we came here to this point, and then we were here, and then we closed our path. But we should have considered that we have started from this point. So what we did, when we called the close function, then the point on moved from its current position to the position from where it started. As we said that that it always starts from 0 0. So what we have to do now is to rectify our mistake. We have to take this point from here to here. So this way what we can do is that from here, if we call the close function, then it will draw a shape like a triangle in a way that we wanted. So now we have to write the same line that we wrote initially. This will take our pointer from here to here, and then it will close, so it will take us to the initial position. Okay, so now you can see that our triangle is complete now. But let's see if it works on the second triangle or not. It won't work on our second triangle Now let's copy this and paste it. It won't work because the shape that we want from the second triangle is different. uh, we want it to be like this. Let me show you by drawing it here. So here it is something like that, right? But we want to carve out a triangle from that container like this. So uh, it is empty from this side, but now we want it to be empty from this side. So first, to do that, we have to start from here. The second containers of our will be somewhat like this, right? So what we have to do to create that triangle is to start from here and then travel from there to this point. So from top left corner we have to go from top left corner to the bottom right corner, and then from bottom right corner to bottom left corner, and then again to uh, our top left corner, and from there we will close the, we do not have to close the path. We can call the function from here too, because ultimately it will take ourselves to the 0 0 coordinates. Okay, so now what we can, now these sides that we have drawn, that we have already declared, will come into play. So now we will create a constructor here, and this will accept a parameter side, and we will make it as required so that it is known to us that which side we are working on. So the path is going to remain the same. If the triangle is on left side, if side is side dot left, then this code is going to get executed. The path is going to ultimately close in any of the way. We are going to return the path in any of the way, and the path is going to get declared in both the cases. So now we can write the code for our side when it is going to be right. So if our side is going to be right, first we can pass the side here, and we will pass side dot left here and side dot right here. So now we will start, now we will line to the point here. We are going from this point to this point, which is going to be the bottom right, and bottom right is this thing. So we can copy it from here and write it here. So x and y coordinates are going to be equal to width and height of the container respectively. So from this point we have to move it to the bottom left corner, this point. Okay, so for that what we have to do is our x is going to be 0 and our y is going to be equal to size dot height. So now let's see if it worked or not. It worked. The shape that we desired, that we wanted to get initially, is now ready. You can try to do the same and try to play around with it. I have an assignment for you guys. What you can do is that try to create rectangles like these two. Like uh, these are now in a straight direction. We have to make it flip.